Hi, I'm Saturnine, and this is a Pop Tart video. This is what we're doing now. This is what I'm doing with my life. Are you proud of me yet, Mom? Ever since they first came onto the market in 1964, mankind has been asking the question, which Pop Tart is objectively the best? Tidepool Orchestra has gathered specialists from all over the world to answer this very question.
I'm willing to take extraordinary measures to win this. After all, I'm not really here to make friends, I'm just here to win.
I'm literally only here to make friends.
All Pop-Tarts will be judged by our contestants on a 5-part scale based on appearance, availability, aroma, flavor, and jump.
Jump! Jump! Come on, jump! Fine. Keep your secrets.
Whichever Pop-Tart gets the highest score in all of these categories will be named the strongest Pop-Tart and will move on to the next round. As always, this video is brought to you by Oyster Loops.
Oyster Loops. Why not start your day with a bowl of soggy meat?
The contestants are as follows. Brian, burning in all the way from California, who knows too much about Care Bears. Tyler from down South Carolina has sucked the devil's toe. Connor rolling in from Minnesota, Common Rider Savant. Mike from filthy Georgia, computer support. Russell rocking in from Indiana, redneck weapons specialist. Mark from smoldering California, Photoshop expert. Austin from failing South Carolina, college dropout and resident pessimist. Red from the Philippines, Godzilla apologist. Noah from California, who would prefer to remain anonymous. They have all gathered here today to find out once and for all, what is the strongest Pop-Tart?
This is what they look like just fresh out of the package. It started crumbling already, and I wasn't even sure if it would get to the toaster step. Then when it did, the jump wasn't very good or satisfying at all. And it burned the edges and it's falling apart. Now mind you, it does look good, so I would say appearance is still pretty high. For flavor, I've never really had a warm strawberry milkshake before. I can't say that I'm quite the fan. That's actually good. Okay, if you get strawberry milkshake Pop-Tarts, dip them in milk.
What we have here is cookies and cream, which I was able to purchase at the dollar store. Next, appearance. The white on the dark brown is a good contrast. Up next, let's start getting toasting. And right here we have our toaster, which I'll get out of the way so we can really get this going.
So right off the bat, these Froot Loop Pop-Tarts are going to get like a bonus for availability, because they are a limited edition flavor and I've never seen them in stores before. Moving on from there, the appearance, I would say, is also pretty dang high because they have actual printed graphics, which is not a thing I thought you could do with a Pop-Tart. The aroma, oh my goodness, it smells just straight up like Froot Loops, which for me personally, that's a plus.
Aroma. For some reason it smells like burnt hair with a little hint of Oreo. Well, you know, it's not actual Oreo. Close enough. Jump! Jump! Come on, jump! Fine. Keep your secrets. Hot damn, that's good. That's a good Pop-Tart.
It's just straight up Froot Loops. Even though they are tasting just like warm Froot Loops, that's not a bad thing.
Hi, I'm Tyler. I was asked to come along and do some Pop-Tart stuff. I don't know why. I don't really eat Pop-Tarts per se. Not a fan of them in general, but you know, I mean, I'll get around to it at some point. I'm just a little bit busy at the moment.
Frosted chocolate fudge. Brown on brown with white flakes. You cannot get any more dull than this. Now let's toast this sucker. Aroma. Smells slightly like a brownie, but very slightly. I give it a 4. Flavor? It tastes kind of like a brownie, like a mix between a brownie and a cookie. Yeah, I like brownies. So if you like brownies and like fudge brownies and cookies, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Jump, damn you. Well, if you won't jump, then back into the fire with you. Ooh.
I think we all know there's a clearly defined winner here, and that's Frosted Strawberry. I'm willing to take extraordinary measures to win this. After all, I'm not really here to make friends, I'm just here to win. And if I have to lose a couple friends along the way, then so be it.
It looks like things are really starting to heat up in this competition. Let's take a moment to go back to our sponsor.
My father used to beat me as a kid, but the one thing he couldn't beat is the nutritious and delicious taste of oyster loops. Oyster loops, for when your dad pulls out the belt.
Alright, so we're going to start with strawberry Pop Tarts. Now, strawberry Pop Tarts are widely the most abundant Pop Tarts produced by Kellogg's. Now, the appearance of the strawberry Pop Tart is very iconic. It's not necessarily the most vivid Pop Tart of them all, but I feel like it's the standard Pop Tart design and been the Kellogg's cover girl for many years. So therefore, I think it deserves a solid 7. When you think of a Pop Tart, chances are you just think of the design of a strawberry Pop Tart.
So I got put in charge of doing s'mores. We'll just grab a package here. It's a nifty little package. I mean, look at that. It's like little chromy and stuff. We'll go ahead and give it a cook. What do you think? Like 3 minutes? Something like 3:00 start.
I will uncover the sinister truth behind the so-called Pop Tart.
So I've been informed that's not how you're supposed to cook Pop Tarts. So you're supposed to use a toaster. So we're gonna do that. Just take them out of the package and put them in the toaster. Austin, how the f do you use a toaster?
Put it on 10 and push the button.
10, button. Whoa, just... Whoa!
Yay! You know, it kind of tastes like a strawberry Pop Tart. And for that, I think it gets a 10. It is really good. It smells like processed dough and nothing of strawberries, but it smells like a strawberry Pop Tart. Therefore, it gets a 10.
Oh, I get it. I get why they call it Pop Tart now, because it pops up. I mean, which makes sense for the jump thing. Like, that was a solid jump. I've never seen this kind of thing before. I had to rate the jump. Probably like a 6. That was a pretty high jump. That was a pretty high jump. Ah!
Raspberry Pop Tart. Appearance 2. I already taken a bite out of it. Availability. I found it. 3. Aroma. Smells like cheap childhood. 4. Flavor. 5. Jump. 0.
One of the ratings is appearance. And if you look at it, you can kind of see like a bit of graham cracker and some weird brown frosting. I understand the graham cracker, but I don't really get the brown frosting part. We have to give it a smell test too, so... You know what? That smells exactly like a s'more. I'll give it that. I'll give it that. So that's gotta be like a 10 out of 10 for the s'mores Pop-Tart here. Now we've gotta do flavor. Oh, hey, look at that. Look. Got like layers in it. Like, you know, it's got the chocolate and your marshmallow. That's pretty damn nifty. I like that. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna bump up, because of that, I'm gonna bump up appearance to a solid 9 out of 10. And we gotta taste it. No, that tastes exactly like a s'more does. Like, honestly, these are probably gonna be a mainstay in my house from now on. Solid 9 out of 10. Solid 9 out of 10. Now, the thing about s'mores, though, from what I hear, they're not the most popular flavor. So you can't really just find them everywhere. As a matter of fact, for this video, I had to buy the big box just because I couldn't find a smaller one. I only was able to find it in this size. So for that, it's pretty rare, I'd say. Maybe not the most rare, but like a 4 out of 10 kind of rare.
Okay, this video is getting out of control. Brian, why did you make us do this? You don't have any control over what's going on, and this is all stupid already. How much longer is this video going to be?
How strong are Pop Tarts? Brought to you by Oyster Loops, of course.
Wild Berry Pop Tart, appearance 6.7, availability 8. It was a lot easier to get than the other one. Aroma 2, flavor 7. Jump 2.
I've got another Pop Tart to show, but I've got a little. You know what? Just follow me. Come on. Let's go this way. I'm gonna show you a secret. You see this? This is a freezer. This is where Pop Tarts belong, along with many other things. But specifically, the brown cinnamon sugar Pop Tarts. When they first approached me with this video idea, I was really confused because I've never eaten Pop Tarts toasted. It's always been like this, frozen. As a matter of fact, if you look back here, it even tells you that frozen is an option. So that's what I've always done because it seems like the most simple way to cook a Pop Tart is just not cooking them.
Now the blueberry Pop Tarts are about as widely available as the strawberry Pop Tarts, maybe a little less because they're not as popular as the strawberry Pop Tarts, but I can still find them just about anywhere, so I'm going to give them a 2. For the appearance, they look exactly like a strawberry Pop Tart, however, not a strawberry Pop Tart. They have a fun confetti design, but it kind of looks like a 90s Integris carpet. You know the confetti carpet? Oh, only a 5. Really?
What the hell? That was scary.
You know, this Pop Tart actually really smells like blueberry. I'm honestly going to give it about a 7 on the aroma because it smells exactly like a box of blueberries. The blueberry Pop Tart has a very strong blueberry taste to it, and I think it stays true to its flavor for that. Now, personally, I'm not a huge fan of blueberries, but I still think the Pop Tart has a very unique and excellent flavor with the mix between the frosting, the blueberry, and the dough. I think it's a solid 5.
But did it jump?
No.
Okay.
So you see, just a normal Pop Tart. But I mean, I guess I still have to follow the normal rating system, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. So for appearance, I'd give it like a solid 4. As far as smell goes, the aroma doesn't really have any. It smells cold. It's cold to smell. That's what it smells like. And smell, the aroma, it doesn't really smell like much in this way, so 2 maybe. There's no reason to toast these, so I'm just not going to. We're just gonna taste it as is, as it should be, frozen and chewy and delicious. It's a little dry this way, but you know what I mean, whatever. It's a real man's Pop Tart, this one. It's a really popular flavor, so you can find it almost as much as like a strawberry Pop Tart. So like, I mean, flavor is like a solid, what, like 8 out of 10 we give it. And availability is pretty damn available. You can call her any time of the day. And she's just gonna show up, so she's like a 1 out of 10. But it's better for my review. Thanks.
First thing you gotta do before you eat Pop Tarts, or food in general, is that you have to sanitize your hands. I got myself some alcohol. Okay, so there are several ways to cook Pop Tarts. Well, not really cook, prepare them. You can microwave, toaster, or freezer. But I'm not stupid. Who uses a freezer to eat Pop Tarts?
I'll be reviewing the crisp apple frosted Pop Tart. For jump, I'd say it's a pretty good 1. Not good, but still. For availability, I'll say about like a 6 or a 7. These weren't that easy to find, and I've never seen them before. Brian got them, by the way. And for aroma, these smell pretty good.
Fun fact about Pop Tarts is that they support gamers. You see, here you have the guy from Halo, named Halo. You got some Sonic characters and Fortnite. We're now going to eat Pop Tarts. Chocolate chip Pop Tarts. I mean, it looks nice outside. It looks like, you know, a chocolate chip cookie. But let's look at the inside. Well, that was kind of anticlimactic.
These smell really good, so I'd give them a solid 7. Appearance though, they're very like bland looking, just plain with white frosting. Flavor, they're not bad. I'd say there are a 6. See, the flavor more comes out after a few seconds after eating it. So very bland, I'd say. Better with milk. The flavor comes out immediately. With milk, I give it an 8, 9 maybe. That's really good.
Availability. Okay, so Pop-Tarts in general aren't that much available here in the Philippines. Of course, you can find strawberry flavor, blueberry flavor. Those are the most common ones. Flavors like chocolate chip, not so much. Pop-Tarts are quite expensive here as well. I have an addiction to Pop-Tarts.
What I have here is I have Unfrosted Strawberry Pop Tarts, part of a healthy diet, not too sugary. Personally, I think Unfrosted Pop Tarts are probably the best. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and do the usual preparation. And by that, I'm going to go ahead and prepare the dredge. We've got 1 egg variously beaten. We've got seasoned breadcrumbs, just to really get them crispy after you're done. Ooh, that looks nice. We're going to go ahead and get this nice and cooked. Dredge it real good in the egg, because Pop-Tarts are naturally dry. You definitely need to make sure you get the moisture on there to make the breadcrumbs stick. We're going to do a second dredge. There we go. It's starting to get a lot more covered in breadcrumbs. You can go for panko if you want to do like a pork katsu cutlet style. I was never a big fan of that. I was much more a fan of tempura, which tempura would be like battered. Alright. Now to pop them into the air fryer. And why not? I'll leave it on default settings. Maybe not 15 minutes.
Availability, a 4 out of 10. Flavor, it's time to rate its flavor. But before that, and don't forget, before you eat, sanitize it. Okay, flavor, I'm gonna take a piece and eat it. I'm sorry, that kind of tastes like alcohol instead of chocolate chip. But I'm gonna try to keep an open mind and taste it again. Okay, it does taste nice. I mean, eating Pop-Tart made me clap like a happy boy. I clapped again. That being said, it's a 10 out of 10 for me.
And while we wait on that,
Frosted hot fudge sundae. Yeah, you're definitely dressed to the tins. But that only makes you a more enjoyable target. I'll toast you slowly. You do smell delicious. I will give you that. You're definitely top of the tier as Pop-Tarts go. But soon we'll see if your taste matches.
I'm gonna go ahead and make the marinara dipping sauce. Marinara is really just any kind of tomato sauce. I personally use pizza squeeze to mix it up and just put a healthy amount in the bottom there. You can use a lot of different seasonings for it. I personally like garlic salt and then maybe some basil and mix that all up. Add a lemon wedge for good measure. And we're about set. Just waiting for them to finish cooking.
Let's see how you taste. Damn. Even your taste is 10, but I still don't have a jump, do I? There is something you have a low number on. I can purchase you at any dollar store or Walmart. I'll say a 2 as availability. There's nothing rare or special about you despite your sprinkles.
While waiting for them to cool down, I got a chance to talk to Brian and I found out what we're scoring. First is the appearance, which they were about a 2. I didn't even know Unfrosted Pop-Tarts was a thing. That would be like appearance. They're about a 2 because they never caught my eye growing up, but I would say this is about an 8. It's like a mozzarella stick after I'm done cooking them. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8. As far as availability, I'm gonna say 5 because I didn't realize that these were even available until I was a grown-up. As far as aroma, it's gotta be like a 1 or a 2. It smells way too much like basil and garlic and oregano. Too much like spices. It smells savory, quite frankly. I have no clue why they would ever produce a savory Pop-Tart, but
I have someone here that might just crack your facade. Your lovely little wife. Now, before anything bad happens to her, all you have to do is jump a little hop. Just a tiny bit of movement, and I will spare your stick of a wife. No? Nothing? You realize you're making me do this, right? You're the monster, not me. You really married down, didn't you? I'm not even gonna finish her. I'm gonna waste this food. But that's because I have 2 more visitors. I've found your lovely little children. So tell me, Pop-Tart, are you gonna jump or are you gonna watch your little children pop? 1 left. All you gotta do is jump.
And now we get down to flavor. That strawberry jelly in there, mixing with the tomato sauce. Fucking gross. The pastry part's not bad though. I'm sure these would jump pretty well. That's the last category. Did I ever give them a number ranking on flavor? Flavor, it's gotta be like a 1 or a 2. I just can't do it the way that it was prepared. The way that you're supposed to prepare Pop-Tarts. I can't eat them that way. As far as jump, I'm sure they're more aerodynamic. Although the cookie's a little bit more porous than, say, a frosted side, so maybe not. I didn't see them jump. The notes of garlic and lemon really pop out to me though. So I'm gonna go ahead and classify that as jump, because I didn't see any other jump that they could be talking about in the scores.
At last. At last I knew I could break you. Oh shit!
I think I'm supposed to use a toaster for, in order to give it a jump score. But I don't have a toaster, so pretend like I'm a toaster. 3, 2, 1. Ba-ding! That was quite the jump. It almost snapped in half, but I guess it's strong enough to withstand the impact. Anyway, I'm going to take a bite again. But since this one fell on the ground, I must sanitize it. I changed the flavor rating. I'm sure there's a percentage of alcohol in here. It tastes like alcohol. Anyway, aroma. This part also requires a toaster, but I don't have one. Brian, why are you being stupid? Not everyone can afford a toaster. So aroma. There's only one way to do this. You grab one, kinda have to, do this, mess it up real quick, and then you sniff it. Overall, I give aroma a 0 out of 10. My nose hurt, my lungs hurt, I think I'm dying.
I got Unfrosted Blueberry. Let's go ahead and dive in. Alright, so let's start off with appearance. It looks like a pastry, but it's not soft and flaky like a pastry, so I'm going to give it a 4. Now, pop that down to toast. Availability. I did have to go to 2 different stores to find. Went to a local store right here by my house, couldn't find them. Had to go to a store about 15-20 minutes away. Ooh, okay. That was actually a pretty nice jump. I would give that at least, actually, I'll say a 6 on that one. Yeah, that was a pretty good jump, right? Ooh, it's hot. It's hot. Aroma, faintly of blueberries. I mean, like, not a lot, but it does smell like blueberries, kinda. And then like a baked pastry. Once again, not buttery or flaky like a normal pastry, but I'll give it a 7. It's pretty good. Okay. Flavor, I'll give it a solid 6, maybe a 6.5. It does taste like a blueberry Pop-Tart, but it doesn't have like that sweetness that comes from the frosting, or the icing, whatever you want to call it. Overall, pretty good Pop-Tart. I am on diet. I'm not eating a lot of carbs right now, so I can't really finish this. Hey Chris, do you want the rest of this Pop-Tart?
Alright, I am here to review some Pop-Tarts. Magical Pop-Tarts. These are pretzel cinnamon sugar. And I don't know about them, but Brian wants me to review them, so let's see. First of all, a 3 on appearance. They're ugly. I don't know. Availability, supposedly they're rare, so I guess they're a 10. Aroma, they smell good. They smell like cinnamon, and I would give them like a 7 on the smell, but they're still super ugly and magical. And flavor, they're okay. And then jump, right? I don't know. Jump pretty far. I'd say like 6. Okay, but I think they could be better. Like this right here. This is good stuff. Already. Appearance and flavor 10. Aroma 10. Flavor 10. Availability 10. And jump, I'm not gonna find out because I'm not wasting it. You know, if only I could turn these into this. I'm gonna have to ask my friend the Wizard of Odd. What do you think?
Oh man, I like Photoshop almost as good as a good Subway sandwich.
That's a good point. Let's make it happen.
What? Chris, what the hell? Why am I tied up?
Shut up.
What are we doing? What's going on here?
You get more Pop Tarts to review, Michael.
Alright, apparently I'm recording more Pop Tart review. Chris has frosted pumpkin pie. Availability 10. I have no idea where he found these.
Look at it, Michael.
It looks like a blueberry frosted. It has like the rainbow sprinkles and the white frosting and everything. Show them. For unoriginality, it's a 3.
Boy has to have a good time.
Tone down the sexuality a little bit. Like, we are trying to be a family-friendly channel. Yeah, okay. That was like a 5 on the jump scale.
That was a 2. That barely left the Pop Tart toaster.
That was a 2. It barely left the Pop Tart toaster. It's so hard. Like, oh, I have to smell it first. What's the aroma? Ah, okay, it smells like pumpkin spice Pop Tart. No, 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 no. So dry.
Stop being so fucking whiny.
Aroma, it's like, it smells good. It smells like a pumpkin spice candle, but a weak one. I give it a 6. Taste, oh, it's so basic. I give that like a 2. Ugh, I don't like pumpkin though.
Now for the Halloween fudge, Michael.
Okay. Halloween edition chocolate fudge. Alright, appearance. Oh, that's spooky as f. I'll give that a 10.
I love him.
Wait, what kind of Pop Tarts are these?
This one has a spider on it.
Oh, it does have a spider. Also 10.
Frosted chocolate fudge Halloween edition.
We can't record these. We can't review these. Russell already did frosted chocolate fudge.
Okay, that was pretty cringe. Okay, Brian here, and as you probably guessed by now, I Tidepool orchestrated this whole event just to try to figure out what the best Pop-Tart is. You know all those stat numbers that we've been saying, you know, the appearance, availability, all that mumbo jumbo. Well, the thing is, we're going to add all those up together to create one sum. So that means each of these Pop-Tarts are going to be a single number. Alright, there you have it. That's most of them. We actually have 2 finalists. Coming in at 37 points is Frosted Strawberry, done by Austin. Let's hear a word from Austin. Oh, word? Unfortunately, I was just informed that Austin has in fact cheated to artificially inflate the numbers for his jump stat. Let's go ahead and recheck the footage, shall we? Can we get an instant replay? Okay, now zoom in. Enhance. Enhance. Make it black and white. Alright, now turn it upside down. Enhance. Again. Okay, there. There! Do you see it? He actually forced the Pop-Tarts to jump up higher. He probably thought no one would know, but what he didn't count on was me being autistic.
So my counselor suggests crossword puzzles. Trying to find new ways to channel my anger. My mom found out about the toaster, and apparently I also got eliminated for cheating. I don't know how you cheat in a Pop-Tart competition, but my therapist also agrees that I shouldn't have hit that child. Long story short, Dave and Mike, my friends, I'll be ungrounded next Thursday. So until then, thanks for watching.
Alright, so the winner of this contest and the winner of the coveted Golden Oyster Award, which, as we all know, will grant immunity towards the next contest, is right here in this envelope. So let's go ahead and look at these results. Alright, and it is s'mores. The f.
Well, hey, this is pretty cool. I don't really know what to say up here other than Austin can suck the fattest cock.
Yes, unfortunately the winner of today's contest is Tyler with his s'mores Pop-Tart, coming in at a whopping 38 points. That's just 1 higher than Frosted Strawberry, so this means Tyler will be granted the Golden Oyster of Immunity, which will allow him to stave off any competition in the next round, whenever that is. Once again, these Golden Oyster Awards have been given to us by Oyster Loop. I've just been given word that Oyster Loops, after seeing the ending of this competition, has backed out, and also has gone through Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So, not great, but just remember, Oyster Loops, taste the oyster. Alright guys, we'll see you next time.
My nose hurt, my lungs hurt. I think I'm dying.
Thank you for tuning in.